Good afternoon, my name is Pop. I'm making a video in Ubuntu Basics, a tutorial about LibreOffice Writer, the word processor that comes with Linux Ubuntu. This tutorial has to do with some enhancements that you can use in the Navigator. I'm going to pop up the Navigator right now with F5. I have a prior tutorial that shows a little bit more about the Navigator. I've got 100 tutorials altogether actually. Another way that you can open and close the Navigator is to go to View, and at the bottom you can see there's a check mark in it, and it also shows F5, and if you tap it, the Navigator vanishes. If you hit F5 again, it pops up. I've got it overlapping this word processor file. The word processor file has got 3 sections, and each section has a heading on the top, and I used heading number 2, and heading number 2 is here, and you can see that when I go from this line to the next line it says text body. Now heading 2 again, and I defined heading 2 in this word processor file to consist of a yellow background with a box around it with a certain style and size of font that's aligned left, not underlined, and so forth. And you can save all of that. You can go up here to File and down to Template, and when you go to Save, you're going to give it a name, which I did, and I called it Yellow Heading 2 with a box, and I saved it. Well, if you want to bring it back up, you can download an enhancement for LibreOffice Writer, and I have a prior video showing how to do that. And you go to Templates and you assign template to the current document, and I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to pick one, and I'll pick a different one. I'll just pick Outline, and when I hit Open, all that yellow will vanish, and it's a different template now. When I go back up to File, Template, Assign Template, I'm going to get my old one back. That's not really what I want to talk about. That's a little bit of background. Today I'm going to talk about these 4 icons up here. These icons are very handy. Let me zoom in on them a little bit more and you can see them better. The one here is called Demote Chapter, and it's got a down arrow. Promote Chapter has an up arrow. You can move headers and everything below the header up with one click. These icons promote and demote, that's left and right arrows, a line. The line you're on will either get promoted to header 1, 2, 3 through 10 with each click. But it doesn't stop there. It also promotes or demotes everything underneath it. So if you're on heading 1 and heading 1 happens to have underneath it a heading 2, 3, and 4, all of those will also get promoted and demoted. I'm going to demonstrate that now and make it clearer. As you can see, I've got this text over here that says A, C, and B. Now normally what you would do is go, say right here to B, click, hold down the Shift key, go down arrow, down arrow, down arrow, and then right, and then you're going to go Control X to delete, and look, it didn't delete the header. I messed up there. And then in other words, go back up to C and then Control V to paste. Let me undo that whole thing. See, it's unhandy. But using this icon, all I have to do is click right here, and the B header 2 and all the B text beneath it gets promoted up. Were I to hit it again, it's going to go up one more time to the A position. And now it's BAC. I went too far, so I'm going to reverse it and demote the chapter. That is very, very handy for moving text around. Let us say, for instance, that you do not have any headers, that you're just writing and you've just got text body. And let me remove all of my headers here. That's the way you normally write. Normally you do not have any headers, do you? And if you want to move some chapters around very quickly, all you have to do is create a line with a header in it, and it doesn't even have to have anything in it. Now you've just got text, and it's A, B, and C. And you say, oh, now this chapter is in the wrong position. So hit Control 2, and you've got a blank header. Enter. Control 2, a blank header. And they switch positions. Then you can delete the headers. This is a very handy feature for editing, because you see the text here, although I only show 2 lines, what if you've got 10 pages you want to move? You can do this very, very quickly. I'm now going to demonstrate another aspect of this, and I'm going to diminish this and open up another word processor file that is called Outline. This outline I'm going to create from scratch, and on this word processor file I have got the outline template in effect. So when I hit header 1, Control 1, it's going to be different than when I hit I will not have the yellow. This is going to say Control 2, and this is Control 3, Control 1. It's not showing for some reason. Let me go down the line. There, Control 1. In position 1 on my outline, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. In the second position on my outline, I have A, B, C, D, and on my third position, I've got I, and so forth. And I will now demonstrate the other icons, the ones that were on the bottom over here. And that works best for an outline. So let's make an outline real quick. I've got Control 1, heading 1. I'm going to put in lunch. Control 1 again, I'll put in supper. Control 1 again, I have breakfast. Now I want to put in some subheadings on these things, and under lunch, Control 2, I'm going to put tea, and Control 2, soup. Under supper, Control 2, I will put in coffee. Control 2, potatoes. For breakfast, Control 2, I will put in drink, and under A, I will put in Control 3. One possible drink will be tea, and Control 3, the other drink will be coffee. Now if you want to, you can move things around. Right here in this line for lunch, I want to move it down because it's in the wrong position. Well, actually it's breakfast, isn't it? Breakfast needs to be moved up. So I will promote this chapter, and I'm going to tap this, tap it again, and now I have breakfast in the correct position. But let us say now that I want to put soup in supper rather than in lunch. There's a problem, because when you put your cursor on this and you move it down, watch what happens. I'm going to move it down, and it stayed in position. That works well. But let's say that I wanted to move the coffee here into the drink position and eliminate tea altogether. Well, you can do that. I'm going to take the drink, and I'm going to promote it to the same level as breakfast, and then I am going to eliminate it. And with a little practice, you can move these things around very, very easily. And again, if you want to save a heading, you go to File, Template, and Save. To retrieve one and alter, you go to Assign Template, and let's just pick a 3-color heading. But now see, things look different. I've got breakfast, lunch, and I don't have anything in the third level. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you found it interesting. My name is Pop. I've got about 100 tutorials called Ubuntu Basics, but there are some on other topics also. And I like hearing from people, and I thank you very, very much for watching.